Hello everybody and welcome. Now this video is quite hard for me to make because of what I just witnessed here and me understanding where this can lead. It's even more disturbing. As a person who has analyzed MMA and has done martial arts for a long time and understand what injuries can cause death and severe trauma to the body, even paralyzation, when I viewed this clip, it really resonated with me in a manner that left me very concerned with how excessive and brutal this police force in Ottawa has become. From trampling elderly disabled women with horses without consideration and whoever was in the way, to now seeing this and other things, but the horse incident and this one is very extreme because of how this can affect the human body. But let's speak about what we're seeing right here. These blows to this protester that is clearly subdued and is defenseless and has many people on top of him, where this person cannot properly flex his body, flex his muscles in a way of defense. This protester is also most likely not conditioned to take hits like these. And hits like these are very extreme because of how this police officer, whatever he is delivering these blows. And a blow like this on the back of the neck can leave someone paralyzed for life or kill them. A blow like this to the back of the head can kill them. A blow like this to the temple can kill them. And also blows like this to the midsection of the body can leave the person very, very injured to the point that it can also cause death, as it can rupture organs and dislodge organs from their place. And this kind of excessive force, the way it's done on a person that's not conditioned, can absolutely kill them very easily. And the other thing about this is that in MMA, people are prepared for these kind of hits. They are always moving, positioning themselves, and still people get such bodily harms from these hits that even a conditioned man that has been doing MMA for most of his life could die and have died from injuries like this. And even a conditioned person is not able to take hits like that, especially when they are being subdued like that. So in an MMA fight, it is very rare to get these knees just constantly going like that. And also in many MMA platforms, these types of hits are illegal on the ground. And that is for a reason, because of the possible death and injury that it can cause. It can turn people into paraplegics or quadriplegics very easily. And as well as, if it doesn't kill them, the brain damage that could be left from this, as well as fracturing skulls, fracturing parts of the face. If it's hit in the face, people can actually have collapsed eye sockets, have collapsed. A lot of things can collapse on the person's face and on their body. And that could lead to easy death or also mental impairment that could last for the rest of that person's life. So this right here at this point, this is not just excessive force or police brutality, something that we're very desensitized to. This is literally, even though in the cop's mind he was just probably having a little fun or he was frustrated, I've read some of the reports of these cops that were bragging about this excessive force. When that lady, that elderly lady, was trampled, there was leaks of the conversation these cops were having, I believe on WhatsApp, or I don't know what service they were using, but it was leaked where they were bragging and laughing. So it shows like these people are having a lot of fun. They're really taking it, to heart to do it to these people. And at that point, that is attempted murder. So when the professionalism has left, the jokes are in, and people are just, releasing their stress or whatever it is, it turns into attempted murder. And in the last video, I said that at this point, people can actually intervene with anything in hand because this is now a criminal act. A person is being brutalized. We're in a democratic country, emergency act or not, even though this emergency act to the public was told that it would be targeted specifically to certain people. But whatever is written be away from the public, where we can't access what's actually in the fine print, it doesn't matter. It was still told to a public that it would be under the Charter of Rights, and this is a complete violation. So at this point, these people are acting like thugs. It's extreme excessive force. And this right here, from an MMA analyst and any medical doctor who would tell you, would have to be explained. The doctor would have to be explained what kind of hits these are if he's not familiar with the force that a knee can actually give. And you can see that at the beginning of this assault from the officer that was in full SWAT gear, there was another officer on the other side that as well gave the knee in the first initial blow and started bumping with his knee as well, while this person is being severely subdued, where this person clearly has no chance to fight. He is not getting up. So basically, these hits are just free. This is excessive. This has nothing to do with the person resisting. This is just the officer at this point trying to knock the person out. And it begs the question, what kind of officers are these? Are these mercenary? Are these military that are not mentally equipped for this kind of stuff? Is this a person who has a track record of excessive police brutality? And basically, it just shows right there that there was no control at all. And at that point, people in the surrounding areas actually have the right, despite what the mainstream media says or what the police department say or whatever they try to say with the law, people at that point have the actual right to come in there and aid that person, because it is literally attempted murder. These police officers are no longer acting under the law. And from what I explained to you right there, just from MMA, from men who were conditioned for this, men and women who were conditioned for this right here could have easily led to a very, very, very easy kill. A very, very easy paralyzation for the person who was receiving these extreme blows. So just understand, this video was not easy for me to make. Saying that people should be stepping in is not something that I recommend, but at this point, this is not a country where we have, this is not a country where people just get taken in the back and shot in the head or brutally beat to death. And at this point, the mainstream media has completely been distorting it. The Ottawa Police Department has completely been distorting it. And these things are literally crimes. And because it's under an Emergency War Act, basically these are war crimes that are being committed on these what you'd call political prisoners at this point. People who are peacefully assembling, whatever the mainstream media has said, whatever the Ottawa Police Department has said, it is very clear that the excessive force and the violence is only coming from the police, and they're instigating these violences, and as well as they are distorting things. And that is causing a lot of anger and distrust within the public, and it has nothing to do with independent sources or anything. This right here is just basically crimes that are being committed against the Canadian public at this point. And people should really assess what the Emergency Act, what its actual clause are in this specific scenario that is not what is being told to the public. Statements that have been given to the public, assured to the public, are not what they actually are when you actually read the clause of this particular Emergency Act. So I would just like everybody to really assess that and think about that and understand that when I say that people should be jumping in, it's not something I would say. It's something that any sane police department would do. If they're watching someone literally almost commit attempted murder on someone and they're acting extremely savagely, the person's subdued, the person's face down, he has 3 officers on him, and then you get a person who just doesn't deliver one knee to, I guess, calm things down, that is still excessive force. The person repeated these knees over and over and over, and if that was the head, that is very extreme accumulative damage. Those are not just damages from a jab that can also cause severe trauma to the brain that could actually impair the brain. Even though it's not noticeable right away, there is a slowness that can happen, retardation of speech, not just brain fog, but an actual impairment of the mind. And blows like these coming from the knee at full force, the person trying to really deliver it with SWAT gear, being heavier than he usually is, having complete friction on that gear through the knee, and as well as having armored knee because that person is armored on the knees as well, or at least I believe he is armored on the knees. Those hits are extremely escalated to to the point where one hit can break floating ribs, solid ribs. They can break vertebrates, they can break skulls, they can break chins, they can break through temples, through the back of the head that could easily cause death and paralyzation. So these hits are very accumulative, they're repeated, and they are extreme. I would just like for that to resonate with people of what just happened here. Thank you very much.